got to make sure we answer people's questions. Get me in there. There we go.
I think it's that light that's like right there.
I can dim these lights a little bit.
Yeah. Hello, how you doing? We're working on lighting.
Maybe it's this one. That helps.
Yeah. Oh, you just turned David off over there.
He's not even over there.
Oh, he's not over there. Yeah, kill that one.
Kill that. Does that work?
Yeah, it works better. No, up. Right there. Right there. Up.
Good to go.
Yeah, we're good. Close enough.
Good enough.
It's like
y'all can see us.
Yeah. Hey, well,
nobody's in here yet, so we'll.
You sitting down actually kind of helped matter. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like
I'm all shiny. These lights are bright. I mean, we could probably rotate a little.
Yeah.
Like if you wanted to rotate that way just a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if we
slid the table.
No,
over.
just go like that.
No.
Because look, that gets that light out of there.
Yeah. Go back.
Don't matter. We're already live, so everybody gets to watch us fumble with stuff.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much what we do.
That's a going theme at this point. Just wing it.
Yeah,
poorly.
Fumbling with stuff is definitely high on the standard operating procedures.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna jump right in. I know nobody's in here yet, but yeah, I don't know.
Let's cover some stuff.
We'll go over it later. We'll cover some kind of whatever randoms. So we've decided we're going to be doing these live videos the second Sunday of every month going forward, at least for now. If they take off or they, people don't like watching them or whatever, we may change things up or change the date or whatever. Who knows what's going to happen in the future? But
just keep entertaining ourselves.
Right. Yeah. For now, our plan is second Sunday of every month. So our next one will be July 16th. So mark your calendar so that you can be there.
Yeah.
And don't be late like we normally are.
Yeah.
And don't be unprepared. Make sure you bring a question. We want questions, guys, because we make up our own questions. We have to, ask ourselves, not all of them. We don't make them all up.
Yes.
Of course, some people send in questions and stuff, but we really like interacting with you guys. So yeah, send us some questions. Tell us that you think our projects look lame or something. And then what would make them look less lame? What can we do? I mean, obviously I can't just go buy like a $25,000 crate motor because that would make everything less lame. But if you got ideas, man, like shoot them out at us because I need ideas. Always need ideas. So we look forward to chatting with you guys. And I'll try and keep everybody updated on Facebook and YouTube on when our lives are going to be happening. But again, like I said, July 16th will be our next one. So anyway, over to you, Jason. You got anything to bring up?
Yeah. So I'm going to go with current status because some things have changed on SUS. I'm actually driving it a lot. I drove it like all Memorial Day weekend. I went and hung out with my brother with it. I actually have drove it to work and whatnot. And it's kind of fun. And I've been having some fun driving it. It does kind of have a little bit of an overheating issue, which kind of makes me a little scared to put turbo on it. But
overheating issue. Yeah. I didn't think you had a temperature gauge.
Yeah, I don't have a temperature gauge.
So it doesn't have an overheating issue. He's imagining things.
It pukes coolant every once in a while. So I'm kind of I'm a little concerned about that before I put the turbo on, but I'm still moving forward with putting the turbo on. And
without a temperature gauge.
And it's fun to drive. And I've had some,
if you don't know what's happening.
Yeah, so I've had some fun with it. I took it over to my brother's house and my brother thrashed on it a little bit. If you saw the little short that Dustin posted of it going through the gears, it sounds really mean. It doesn't go very fast, but it sounds mean doing it. That was actually my brother driving the car.
Yeah.
So one of the questions I have here, has SUS done a burnout yet? I have an update to tell you. SUS has done a burnout. I wasn't driving it. My brother was. My brother is not scared to just mat it to the floor and drop the clutch. And
he doesn't have to fix it when it breaks.
Yeah. So he was driving it and he did that pass, and then he did that pass, that flyby, And then he turned around and he came back and he literally stopped. That was like right in front of his house. He literally stopped right there, put it in first, and literally dumped the clutch. And it did a burnout and it started like hopping and tire shaking, and it was pushing through the front brakes. So it was doing kind of like a walking burnout, like like a moving forward burnout. And it was really cool. But
you didn't have your phone out?
I was literally like terrified at the moment because the car was literally like bouncing. Like,
when you're terrified, you need to do what everybody else does and record it.
Record it. Okay. So I didn't record it. My brother did a burnout with it. It did kind of a walking burnout because it's pushing through the brakes. And then me and my brother were talking about it, and he's like, yeah, you don't even have brakes. You need brakes on this car. So I got a front disc brake conversion kit coming for it. So that should be here Tuesday. So it should have front disc brakes before next weekend, before the burnout competition. And I'm pretty confident that if I put it in first gear, that it will actually do a burnout at the burnout competition. So that's a good thing.
Hopefully you can get it from first into second, second into third, while it keeps doing a burnout.
Yeah. So if you combine that with, possibly if I have the turbo ready to go on it for next weekend as well, like all systems look like this could actually be its first burnout at a burnout competition. So if you don't know about the event that's happening this coming Saturday, I think Dustin has more information about that than I do.
Yeah, so we are going to be at the Warsaw, Indiana Fairgrounds for the 2023 Warsaw Car Meets Car Show. It's from 11 to 7 at the fairgrounds. I think there's it's $10 to get in or something, cover charge or whatever. They're going to have a bunch of vendor booths with hats, T-shirts, all kinds of other stuff. They'll have powder coating people there. They'll have arts and crafts type automotive type stuff. Bikers versus Predators are going to be there. Hooligans are going to be there. There's going to be a whole list of people that are going to be there on top of huge car show. And then we're going to be there. We're going to have a booth set up. We're going to have hats, T-shirts. We're actually going to be doing 3 raffles. So we've got 2 $25 O'Reilly gift cards, and we are also going to give away a hat and a T-shirt. We're just going to have a little raffle drawing for anybody who's there or whatever, and subscribe to our channel. You can write your name down, toss it in a bucket.
If you're already subscribed and you show up.
If you're already subscribed and you show up, you just show us on your phone or whatever that you're subscribed to our channel, and then you can enter to win. It's free.
Yeah.
We're just, trying to drum up subscribers. Hey, what's up?
It's the Adam, Hobbit.
I see you're just made it in here. Cheers, buddy. And so anyway, anybody who shows up, they can get that. We're gonna have our hats and T-shirts for sale there, like we normally do. All our good merch, and then we're also gonna have stickers for the kids and probably some like parade candy or something to pass out, because little kids love candy, and we like making little kids laugh and giggle. So we'll be there. We'll have both cars. There's a giant burnout competition. We're gonna be in it. I don't know who else is going to be in it or how it's even going to go down.
It's $1,000 to win.
Yeah, I think there's $1,000 pot. They're paying out like first, second, and third place or something.
But still, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I mean, that's big money for a smaller venue type deal or whatever. So if you're in the area or you can be there or whatever, come out, show support. Hang out,
look at the cars. So
check out the cars. We'll make a video and then we'll probably walk down through the show and check out cars that we think are cool, and we'll pass up all the stuff you like. And then you know how that goes. The guy with the camera doesn't know what everybody likes. I can't look at every single car when I'm wandering around. So but we'll do our best to look at a bunch of cool stuff, maybe interview a few people or whatnot, and just kind of give you guys an overview of the whole event.
Yeah, it's gonna be
I think it'll be a lot of fun.
So that was kind of a current status on Susbug that led into upcoming events. What about current status on Carmen?
Oh, she's bad.
She
still runs great. I just got all new shocks all the way around it. I got all new brakes done. That video is currently in editing, so I'll have that out for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I got the dedicated line lock for the rear, so I can shut the rear brakes off completely, but I have full brakes now. The only thing I need left to do to make her street legal is a hot rod wiring harness. I ordered one from Summit, and it was on back order. and then they said it was going to be here, and then it wasn't, and then it wasn't, and then they pushed the date way back. So I actually today I just got online and I ordered a different wiring harness that it's a different brand, but it's the same basic thing. And we've got another show that we're going to in Northern Michigan on the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, I believe, of June. And that's the St. Ignace, Michigan town car show. It's huge. They usually, like, we've been there. They've had the roadkill cars there before. They've had oh man, they've had a bunch of people there. It's just big car people they have as special guests, and they ride around on golf carts. They pick out cars. They chit chat with people. Super cool, super fun, super huge. Guys do burnouts and stuff around town, even though you're not supposed to really. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be great. So my plan is I'm doing the crunch thing like Jason did with Sus to get Sus to Cletus and Cars. And I basically have until the 22nd to put an entire wiring harness in the Buick to have headlights, taillights, turn signals, brake lights, reverse lights, license plate light, whatever else I need to make it just this side of legal. And then I've already got a license plate. So, I mean, technically, I think it's like almost done. Yeah. And then we can take Carmen. We'll be there. We'll have Sus there. We'll do the same thing. We'll have a booth set up. We'll probably do some giveaways or whatnot, chit chat with people, and
throw candy at kids and hand them stickers.
Cruise up and down the strip and rev the motor up and wave at people like we're famous, and
try not to get chased by the cops too far.
Shake hands, kiss babies.
Yeah.
Try to leave town with at least 2 tires that hold air. I'm gonna take the winch.
I'm still like dreading the whole like drive up there with a U-Haul trailer with Sus on it. But I've done it before, so I'll do it again.
It's only about 9.5 hours from us one way. So
what's the worst could happen?
Yeah. And we're all going, so it's a band of us. So we got that coming up. That's kind of where Carmen is. She runs great. She looks great. She has fun.
Have you done any updates on Night of Destruction?
No, I have not. I've done another Night of Destruction. What was that? 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
I believe it was 2 weeks ago. We did another Night of Destruction. The video isn't up yet. I'm currently editing it. It's going to be. I've got another video coming out this coming Friday of Susbug. Nobody knows about until just now. You guys know it's coming. And then the next video after that should be our most recent Night of Destruction. I'm not going to spoil it for everybody, but we tied for first with 2 other cars, and they gave it to Firebird guy. I can never remember his name. I'm terrible with names. But anyway, Firebird guy got it. Kudos to him. I mean, he did great burnout. There's some kids there with a Dakota pickup truck. They're usually there. They did a Smokin burnout. And
yeah.
Oh, Adam noticed that you got his koozie there.
I said, "Cheers, bud."
Yeah, it's sweet.
Cheers, buddy.
Digging it. So that's kind of the update there on the Night of Destruction thing. It was a good night. It was a good time. Is that the one where Jason's in a Speedo?
What happened with me in a Speedo?
I don't know. I think he's talking about a video. If you're in a Speedo in the next Night of Destruction video.
Nobody wants to see that.
If it'll get views, I will put him in a Speedo.
Nobody wants to see that.
Yeah, so we got that coming up. I'll have those videos out as soon as I can. So that's kind of where we're at on that deal. I got one. So when is Susbug getting this freaking turbo? I heard since it wasn't even running before Cletus and Cars. It's gonna have this.
It's gonna have a turbo.
It's gonna have this giant turbski hanging off of the ass of this thing, and it's gonna be doing rolling wheelies.
Well, there's a lot that goes in. Okay, I thought I tend to simplify things down into like really small, like, oh well, you just do this, and it's not you just do this. It's like you figure out these 10 things, and it's like, okay, so that's like way more than I thought. So like one of the things I overthought or underthought, let's go with underthought on this one, is like you literally have to have an oil return line from the turbo that goes into the oil pan. Okay, that's really cool. But on the VR6, the oil pan, basically the top of the oil pan on a VR6 engine,
Mm-hmm.
is essentially the oil line in the engine because the crank is actually up in the block.
Okay.
So the bottom of the block, the crank is actually into the bottom of the block. So the oil pan literally is the oil line.
Okay.
So it's kind of hard to just drill a hole in the side of the oil pan and then bung it because you're kind of below the oil line.
So you got to pull the pan and weld a bung in it.
No, so what a lot of people do is literally drill a hole in the side of the block. And it's like, oh, this is way more involved than I thought.
Oh, because you got to get it up above the pan.
Yeah,
line.
you got to get it above the oil line. So I'm like, oh crap! Like this is a whole nightmare scenario.
I'll drill a hole inside of that thing.
But
I got a real cheap tap die set from Swap Meet.
Yeah, so I've been doing some research on like how do I do this. But so yeah, I have an extra oil pan. So I'm actually going to put it in the oil pan, but you just got to tuck it up really close to the top rail on it. So I actually have an extra oil pan. I have a spot. I have a bung. I'm going to run it over to the welder. I have my cold side tubing. I need that welded up so that I can then like trim it and make it fit. And then I have to get an oil line from my little oil. I have an aftermarket oil.
Yep.
And it actually has a spot for an oil line. So I have to run
We know everything's aftermarket at this point.
Yeah. So I have to.
Except for like the windshield, maybe.
Yeah. So I have to. So there's like, I have to run an oil line from my filtered oil. I have to run an oil line from there to the top of the turbo. I have to have a drain coming out of the turbo and back into the oil pan. That's just the oiling. That has to be done, even if you just want to blow through the thing and not use it.
Right.
That
because it's going to be spinning and it's going to be making heat.
Yeah. So that has to be done. And then I can start worrying about like the cold side and the blow off and all this stuff. And it's like, there's just there's a lot more to it than you think. Like
you don't just bolt a turbo on and go, I need to run a pipe in it and a pipe out of it.
Yeah, because like
it's
as your intake pressure increases, right? Your fuel system now has to compensate for the extra pressure that you've added to the intake.
Yep.
So if you add 30 psi, my injectors are pushing gas at so my fuel pump's pushing 43 pounds of fuel pressure. Well, if I have 28 pounds of intake pressure, I now have, a lot less. I only have like 15 pounds of fuel pressure.
Okay.
Because I have 28 on the intake side and I only have 43 on the other side. So I only end up with 15 pounds of fuel pressure. So you have to run a reference line from the intake to the fuel to the fuel regulator, and then that's going to take the fuel regulator and it's going to adjust that up. And well, you got to, it's like now you got to watch that. That's like one more thing you got to watch, and it's like you can run into some really really bad problems by, essentially running high boost and basically just overpowering your injectors.
Okay.
And you basically just lose all your fuel.
Right.
So it's like you don't think of, like that's something I didn't think of. I don't know why it didn't occur to me, but it didn't occur to me.
I'd just start drilling holes and shit. I mean, it'll get done eventually.
Yeah. So
it'll break or it won't. It's kind of like your water temp. I mean, you don't have a gauge. You're like, it's puking water, but you keep driving it anyway. So
yeah, it's not puking. It's not. Yeah, you're right.
Just start bolting.
Yeah, start putting stuff together.
Just start putting stuff on it, man. I mean,
and then like the wastegate, I'm probably just going to run it on spring. I'll probably just leave a spring because they have different weight springs.
Yep.
So I'll probably just just throw like one of the lower weight springs in there just to keep it low.
And then just start bumping them up.
Then I have
your brother will show up. You'll put the heaviest spring in it because he'll pressure you in.
Yeah, he'll be like, put the big dog in it. Let's go.
Which is the one I'd start with.
Yeah.
Because if you're gonna break it, you might as well do it on the second day.
Like, yeah, he literally. I love my brother to death. He has a really cool Corvette, and he like looks at my little bug, and he's like, "I think it's a go-kart." It is compared to his rocket.
That's what makes it fun.
It is compared to his rocket ship of a Corvette, but at the same time, he's also like, puke the guts out of it. Who cares? Let's do it. And it's like, what? And he's like, yeah, let's see it. Let's see how big a mess you can make right here in the middle of the street right now. And it's like, I don't want to put a rod through the side of the block. He's like, be cooler if you did. And it's like,
Yeah, just make sure you get on video.
Yeah. Yeah. So
because we all want to see it too, Jason.
Yes.
Don't be stingy.
Yeah. So when you hand the wheel over to him, like, yeah, he'll ring it out.
It's entertaining.
Yeah, he'll ring it out.
Work the bugs out.
Yeah. So, sometimes you need that. Like, sometimes the worst driver of the car is the guy that built it because, like, you're afraid to break it.
Yeah. It's yours and you care about it.
Yeah. And you hand it over to somebody else and they just run it. Oh, it's like,
he's less scared.
Yeah. It's like, where's the rev limiter set on this thing? And I'm like, well, it's set at $7,000. And he's like, okay, okay. Yeah. I found that in every gear. And it's like, yeah, like I haven't. I've never even gotten close to.
Well, yeah, but he doesn't go out there in the morning to drive it to work or the gas station, open the hood, and go, "Oh, that bolt's loose. I must have forgot to tighten that one."
Yeah.
He just is like, "Can I drive it?" And you're like, "Here's the keys." Yeah. You know that half the bolts aren't tight.
Yeah, he doesn't.
He has no fear.
Yeah, he just puts his foot in it until he just puts his foot in it until it starts banging off the rev limiter, and he grabs the next gear.
So it's like those videos when you see on you'll see like Discovery Channel or whatever, and all these old they restore a car in 20-minute episode or 45-minute episode, and you're like, even they'll tell you like, okay, we're gonna get this car and we're gonna fully restore it in 3 weeks with 27 guys or whatever, and it's like, I know how much crap I found that I screwed up, and I trust myself working on my stuff by myself. So then you got 27 guys trying to bolt crap together. I'm like, how many times the guy get this car and they pull off the trailer, they open the hood and the hood falls off. Oh, somebody forgot to tighten those bolts. Whose job was that? One of the 27 guys at that shop that were all humping to get it done in 2 weeks so they could show it at some premiere or whatever. It's just, I've seen so much stuff. It's just like, it's crazy. And that's why the timeline thing that we were talking about, you're always on crunch because you're like, well, I want to go do this event or I want to go to this burnout thing. And then you're like, well, like Carmen, it's like, okay, right now, I just got the brakes done on Carmen. Now I'm going to get this wiring harness. Okay. I also have an X-pipe exhaust system that I want to put on Carmen. I've got 5 days till a burnout competition. Carmen can go right now the way she is. Do I put this thing back on the lift and start hacking on this exhaust? It would be way cooler if that exhaust was on it. Do I have time? Realistically, no. But am I going to tackle that? I don't know. But that's the limbo you're always in. You're always in this limbo of like Jason with the turbo. Like
I want to go to this event.
He wants to go to this event. It'd be super cool if I had that turbo on there. What's that going to do? He's going to tear it apart, and either he'll make it there stressed out as hell and have the turbo on it, or he can get other things around, be completely 150% ready for the competition and the event, and just take Sus the way Sus is and do small things that aren't going to make or break whether it makes it.
Yeah, like the brakes. Like I know I can get the brakes done this week before this weekend.
Yeah.
But can I get the brakes done and the turbo put on too?
Or can I just get the turbo on and just not worry about the brakes? Or the list of things is just, it's always ongoing.
And who knows what else you're going to find out when you dig into it.
Right. So that was kind of, I don't know if you guys saw my short that I posted the other day when I was putting new shocks on Carmen, but I got to one of the front shocks and I was trying to get the bolts out. And of course they spin, also the crap. Okay. So I hacked one of the bolts off. When I hacked the bolt off, the whole bottom of the A-arm was all rusted out on one side. And I'm like, man, that's a couple hour job to fix that. Right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, I'll make a YouTube short. So I take little snippets and I make a 15-second short, and I pretended, kind of as a joke, like that only took me 10 minutes. Right. And, it's kind of a spoof on these, shows that you see on TV where they completely restore this car in a 45-minute episode. Every episode, once a week, they have a whole nother car. It's like, that is so unrealistic.
Yeah.
So that's why I did that. I'm like, see, I told you guys it only take me 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's like, and one guy is on there and he's like, yeah, not in this universe. It wouldn't take 10 minutes like that. That's the joke.
It's the joke.
It's the joke. And it really didn't take me that long. It took me a couple of hours. But again,
and you're always like one part away. Like I have to have a bung to put in my oil pan. Okay, I'm gonna have to weld a bung in. Well, I'm gonna have to drop the oil pan. I'm gonna have to put the oil pan back on. Oh, I'm gonna have to have an oil pan gasket.
Yeah. Can I get one of those?
Yeah,
It's a VR6. Do they have one at my local O'Reilly's?
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know.
always-
If they don't, they got to order one, get it in 2
Yeah,
days. Is
like-
it the right one? I don't know.
I could be sitting ready to go, and like I could be sitting ready to go Friday night minus an oil pan gasket, and
Yeah.
it's like
It's just it's tough
yeah,
getting
and
a lot of stuff lined up and things
Yeah.
done. It's a lot of
especially with parts. Like even you're like trying to get this wiring harness kit, and if you would have had it for this weekend, that'd have been great.
Yeah.
Because it would have given you that much more time. And the same way, like with the brakes, I ordered the brakes for the car literally last weekend.
Yeah.
And they're not going to get here until Tuesday. If they'd have been here Friday, guess what I'd have been doing all weekend?
Yeah, you'd have brakes right now.
I'd have brakes on the car right now.
Yep.
But it's like now
Absolutely.
I'm going to get them on a Tuesday night, and it's going to be like, okay, I got Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night.
Yeah.
I got 4 nights to get brakes on car.
Yeah.
and you're literally like what one brake line having the wrong fittings on it from
Yeah.
okay, now I got to make a brake line.
That's why I keep all my old
Yeah.
things and I reuse all that shit.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like
And then I have a whole pile of brand new stuff that I didn't use. It's like, hey, well, whatever.
and I'm always coming over here like, hey, do you have an M10 brake line? He's like, no, I don't have that communist stuff.
I usually I do.
Yeah.
On brake stuff. On brake stuff I have a lot of metric stuff because
You end up with it. But it's
I
you're
know that crap. But
it's crazy. Like on a project, you're always like one bolt or one thing away from like waiting a week. You literally are, and especially with these like older cars.
Yeah.
Like or with like these weird engines, like you are literally one problem away from waiting for a week for a bolt or 2 bolts.
I did get a
3
lead
bolts.
today on possible Buick Go Fast stuff. So I am going to check that out this coming week because, I'm going to run into the guy who I need to talk to this week. So hopefully, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I may be headed in the right direction for some Buick Go Fast stuff.
Like a blower?
No, I don't think it's a blower, but I believe my uncle said he bought a
Intake and some heads.
a dual quad intake off the guy and some other stuff. So the guy may have, I don't know, there may be some
Dual quad would be, yeah.
There may be some hidden gems laying around that would go really good with a stage 1 head job and the biggest cam that I could possibly throw at it, and a new converter, and the list just snowballs from there.
And that's just these 2 cars, right?
Right, yeah.
And that kind of leads me to like my question I have here is like, what other projects you got around waiting to be next?
Yeah, so actually that was one of my questions I was going to ask myself. Well, because I've heard that from a couple other people, like, when are you going to quit working on this Buick and actually do something else?
Something cool.
I do have.
That's how my brother says it to me. Like, yeah. When you get past this Volkswagen stuff and get to something cool.
Yeah. So I have obviously a pretty good playlist of Buick stuff. We've been doing a lot with the Buick, with the burnouts and everything. And the burnouts are super fun. So I definitely am going to keep doing that, keep going down that track. But
you have some cool projects.
I have a list of projects to get done and start rotating things in and out for you guys. So basically I'll have, a video of the Buick, and then we'll have a video of like maybe Susbug, and then we'll have a video of my Camaro, and then we'll have like a video of the Buick again, and then we'll have a video of
the Studebaker
or whatever. So
then,
I'm gonna try and float these things in and out. So you guys get more content of kind of rotating content that kind of changes, and also so that some of my other projects actually get done.
Yeah,
and
because you have like this guy has like some really cool projects.
I have lots of projects.
So if I had to tell you, like, what are your top 3 project cars that you have sitting in the garage that you could do work on right now this weekend?
Top 3,
you had to narrow the list.
If I had time to work on 3 projects all in one weekend.
Yeah, what would those 3 cars be that are sitting in the yard right now?
100%. I'd be working on the Camaro. I'd be working,
which is a 79.
Yep, it's a 79 Camaro. I got a small block 350 in it, and I redid the motor years ago. It runs good, but I got to finish painting it.
So it's down to body work.
It's just body work and primer. It's already in primer. It just needs blocked, reprimed, and then reblocked because it's been sitting for a while. But it's a lot of sanding and finish work, which it doesn't make good content. I can teach you guys quite a bit of stuff, but it doesn't have a lot of rust holes in it or anything. So it's not like my blue truck where I have to do a bunch of rust repair, dent repair,
Yeah.
anything like that. It's mainly just going to be, blocking, listening to the radio, and
lots of time lapse and
lots of time lapse and sanded. So I'm going to get on that project here soon, but again, even that's not going to make a lot of content really for you guys, and it's going to eat a ton of time because anybody who's
really
painted
cool
a car,
when it's done.
It will be, and believe me, it's in the works. I also have my mini bike project, which is going to be coming up here real soon. I was actually supposed to be working on a mini bike project with the Redneck Hobbit this weekend, but I had some family emergency stuff kind of come up, and so I spent Saturday working on some stuff for family, and that was awesome. Turned out great, and really stoked that I could help out with that. So kind of push the mini bikes off a little bit, but we're going to be getting on that here real soon, and we'll be working on mini bikes with the Redneck Hobbit over at his channel. So if you haven't seen his channel, go check out his channel. And then I have a mini bike project that I want to do as well. Yeah. I want to tear it down. I haven't announced this on the channel yet, but I'll have a main video kind of showing the mini bike, doing a walk around. We'll do like an intro video on each project as we get ready to tear into them. But I want to strip it down, and I want to paint it to match my blue Chevy C10 so that I can throw it in the bed of the truck and take it to car shows or whatever. When we go to Cleveland Cars next year, we'll have a pit bike. We can putt around and go take a week on.
That's a great idea.
And it'll be paint matched like my blue truck. And I'm going to run a Predator 212 on it. I'm thinking originally I was going to do a stage 1 kit, but I may go full billet.
Full ghost.
I mean, why not, right?
Yeah.
And
you only live once, man.
Yeah, I mean, why go slow when you can go fast? Just because it'll go 400 miles an hour doesn't mean you have to go 400 miles an hour. I mean,
it does.
Yeah. Those are excuses to spend the money.
Yeah. So, so a third project. This one, like narrowing down to that third one now on your list.
The third project on my list.
A van or a Studebaker?
That is a very hard toss up because I have a van and a Studebaker. The van was my grandpa's, and
it would be cool.
It runs. It's a heavy smoker, and I got some things I want to do to it. That's probably going to be a winter project. I'd like to turn it into a merch van /
that'd be fun.
Cruiser van.
Yeah.
And then we can put, because it's a shorty panel van, so the one whole side, there's no windows or anything. We can put the shop logo right on the side of the van.
Yeah,
great big letters, and
just
then
big as big.
Yeah, big as we can go. Make it. I would like to make it like that cool '70s vibe. Put some cool like old school. I would put Kragers on it because Kragers are kind of worn out, but I'd put some kind of cool steelies on there with
Laker
some cool
pipes,
hubcaps, some cool dual exhaust on it. Something loud and obnoxious because loud pipes save lives, right? That's what all the Harley guys tell me.
But
and then just cruise it around. I mean, it'd be cool old van.
Yeah, it'd be a cool van.
And I got the Studebaker.
The Studebaker, like those two are a toss up for me.
It is. So the Studebaker, I have lots of options there. I would like to do a will it run. I know the motor's locked up.
It's locked.
It's locked up. But again, I know a lot of guys do these will it runs and they just walk up to a car and they go, will it run? And if it turns over, it'll run. If you put brakes in the starter and you play with the distributor and you do all the screwing around, it'll run. It's already turning over. The cars I try, like the Buick, the freaking thing ain't right. There's mice living in ET. I had to pull the heads. I had to pull.
No carburetor.
So the question for me on those are more of a will it run, because
it ain't all there to start with.
The motor's locked up. So can I get it freed up?
Yeah.
If I can't get it freed up, I'm gonna have to pull the heads off this thing. Is it worth pulling the heads off of it to run a Studebaker motor? I'm probably not gonna run a Studebaker motor. I don't know. So I thought it might be cool to just see if I could free it up and get it to fire up and run. If I can get it to fire up and run, I can see if the transmission pulls, and then maybe I can rip that motor and tranny out, and I can sell it to somebody who's restoring one and needs the parts there. And then I'm probably like right at this point, which this project, my ideas probably change at least 25 times before I get there. But I have a 5.3 LS that I know everything about. It's 100% dependable. I also have a spare Turbo 400 laying around that I thought, hey, if I took the two of those and made them get along, I could slide them in that Studebaker and we could have a really cool, dependable Studebaker Daytona convertible that's LS powered. But I don't like to do like the fuel injection stuff like Jason's doing. So like if I did that, I think I would put like a Holly EFI, the whatever those carburetors are,
Yeah,
with
the
like a
Sniper.
like a Sniper EFI with like a giant high-rise intake. So we got to cut a giant hole in the hood and then run side pipes or
Yeah.
something super cool, loud, crazy. So it looks old school. It doesn't have that, what do they call those, sleeper. I don't want it to look like a sleeper at a stoplight. I want people to look over and go, what is that? And it's got this giant blower, something crazy. It's got to stick out of the hood and impede your vision.
So on my front, what do I got going after Suspect? I have a cool little yellow truck.
Looks like Adam said he'd sell you his mini bike for $500 when he gets it done. He's already trying to peddle it to you.
Man, he's already trying to get it done.
How fast?
Maybe.
Is it going to be faster than mine?
If you can beat Dustin in an arm drop race.
Down the driveway or on asphalt?
Asphalt. But something I have for a next project is I have a little 1980 Volkswagen Rabbit truck, the little truck,
little yellow one. I don't think they've seen. Oh, they have.
I think you posted. He posted a
it.
funny about like if you want to make your truck look bigger.
It's in a short. I've got a short with that truck in it. Just a brief little snippet.
So this weekend, I was watching the Facebook Marketplace, and another VR6 popped up. A VR6 with a 5-speed manual transmission on it already. I mean, all mated together, pulled out of a 2003 Volkswagen Golf GTI, which is actually kind of a sporty little ride. And it popped up on the O interwebs for sale, not too far away for really a very cheap price. So I ran over there yesterday and snagged it, and ran over here yesterday and cleaned it off about twice, and then
degreased it all.
Yeah, degreased it, and then stripped off all the parts.
Found the starter.
Yeah, found the starter. That's what I was looking for. Stripped off all the extra emissions stuff off of it, and just stripped it down to a block and a transmission. And they make swap kits out there for those early Mark I Volkswagens. So I could I can literally just slide it right in there and have a little Volkswagen truck with a VR6. Now back to my brother. My brother literally told me, "Hey, like that sounds dumb." And then he said, and then he said, hurry up. Just hurry up and get past that one. Like, you got the Volkswagen Beetle. Yeah, hurry up, get your little truck done. And then, let's find something with 8 cylinders that's rear wheel drive, and, stop messing around.
I'm not saying that
my brother's right.
that he's right, but he's right. in my opinion, but if you want to be louder, the first thing you could do is add 2 cylinders.
Yeah, and my brother has this really cool. He has a 2001 Corvette, and it's the Z06. So it's got this 6-speed transmission, and it's got a freaking just monstrous.
He should take it up to New Paris and do the one-on-one drags.
It's terrifying. This thing's a rocket ship.
It's supposed to be.
He let me drive it, and like I literally got done driving it, and I was shaking. I'm just like,
and he was probably like, "Are you going to get on it next time?"
Yeah, and he's literally like, "Get on it, give it to her," and it's like, ooh. Yeah, and he's had it on the dyno. He's had it tuned, and it's right at about 400 horsepower to the rear wheel, and that thing is terrifying. It's awesome. I mean, it's awesome. Like you cannot like that adrenaline rush does not translate. Like even if you have a camera and you're on board and you're riding along with it, like that does not translate. It does not come across in the video like how just rocket ship that thing feels.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
So
I think he needs to cut the frickin' mufflers off that thing and make it loud and proud.
Yeah, it is. It's got a cam and it's got head work and it's got exhaust work. Does
the exhaust go all the way out the back? Because if it does, it's too long. It's got to stop at the front wheels.
let's just say there's some holes there that aren't factory.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
Yeah.
but I mean it's an absolute
So is
just
he gonna get a project?
that's I don't know. I need to talk him into it. I need to talk him and his boy into it.
Just say, hey, look, if you guys want me to build something
Yeah.
with 8 cylinders, I'm gonna need some help.
Yeah, let's get an S10 and a 632. I mean, let's get a
Cut the frame down, make it real short. Find the shortest thing you can find. Get one of those Ampha cars or something, and put leave the prop on the back of it, and then put a 632 in the front.
Yeah, no,
Make
but
a
yeah.
burnout-
Anyway,
make a
so that's what
burnout
my
car.
brother. I was telling my brother about. I found the motor and the transmission today, and he's like, yeah.
He's blowing you shit.
Yeah, get it done. Like let's just get to something. Let's get to something with 8 cylinders that's rear wheel drive. and you know, like I have to agree with him. Like I need to get, you know, if I'm thinking about a burnout car, or if I'm thinking about something that's like fun and cool to drive, like
That Beetle's fun and cool to drive.
it's terrifying.
You're just not used to driving clapped out junk.
The Beetle's terrifying in the clapped out junk kind of way, where you're going down the road and you're wondering why the rear end's not going the same direction as the front end. Then you're wondering why the brake pedal doesn't work, and you're wondering why.
It's like half the go-karts I've ever driven. I'm like, it doesn't run. It's good enough. Do the brakes work? Well, kind of. Just don't aim at trees.
Yeah, just don't aim at anything that you don't intend to hit. Like,
yeah, it's fine.
So it's fun. So that's kind of my my next project. I don't think I'll get it done by the end of summer, which I would like to get it done by the end of summer, and have it at least running and driving by fall. But I don't know if I have enough time to get that one up and running by the end of summer. But if I get
I got lots of projects.
Yeah, he's got lots of projects. My goal is to have that one like done so that I'm going into the fall and winter on something new that's maybe 8 cylinders and big block or LS.
At the end of June, we have the St. Ignace Car Show. We'll be going and doing that. So I've got to make sure I have Carmen ready for that. And then as soon as we get back from that, I really don't have that much going on as far as I think there's 2 or 3 more burnout competitions throughout the rest of the summer and fall. And so that's when I'm going to really start hitting these other projects, you know, whether it's pulling that LS motor out of the Blazer or the Tahoe that I have to put in the Studebaker, or doing a Will It Run on the Studebaker, or working on the mini bike, or dragging the van out. I've actually got a parts van. So with the blue van that I've got a white van that I'm going to use for parts. I mean, we're going to cut the bottom half of the body off of it. Basically the whole pan in the back of the van of my blue van is gone. So the cool thing about the white van that I have, though, it's the exact same year. The only difference is it is a club wagon. So it has like the 900 windows and like 47 seats in it.
Yeah,
and
you don't want from there up.
My shorty van doesn't have any of that stuff, but this club wagon's in really good shape. So we can cut the whole floor out of it. We can cut the whole bottom half of the van off. We can take a door. I think I need to take one of the doors. And then the interior is the exact same color blue. So any door panels that I need, anything like that, we can take all that stuff. I mean, we can literally.
It's a perfect owner.
We can pull both vans in the shop in the fall or the winter, and we can just go to town to make the blue van what the blue van is, and then basically just flat black primer it or gray primer it, and
spray it blue,
and then we can live with it until it's time to paint it.
Yeah.
And then we can go on from there, maybe drive it like that for the summer with our logo on the side.
You want to talk about a lot of sanding? That van's probably got like 4,000 more square foot than the Camaro does.
You'll see a dent or two. I might flat that.
Yeah. No. Let's
high gloss. We get high gloss at wet sanding.
Yeah,
but
we can give you a time lapse video of what 40 hours looks like.
The Camaro will do that. I plan on painting the Camaro, making it really nice. So that's coming, guys. And I'm doing it obviously before that van. So the Camaro, as soon as we get back from St. Ignace, I'm going to start hammering on the Camaro, and then I'll probably give you little projects in the process of that, like anything we need to update on Carmen, and then like the mini bike.
Yeah, the mini bikes will be good break.
I've also got a 2 old Simplicity garden tractors that were my grandpa's. One of them runs, just needs cleaned up and a little bit of work done to it. And we can check that out, make a couple videos, just cleaning it up, changing the oil, whatever. The other one, he's actually tore down and it's in pieces.
Mm-hmm.
I've got one to look at so I can figure out where all the bolts go on the other one. But yeah, that'll be a fun couple of videos, just trying to figure out how to put this thing back together and see if it'll run.
Yeah.
My grandpa kept it. It was actually out in the small Falcon van.
Yeah, it was in the Falcon van.
In little pieces because my grandpa doesn't get rid of nothing. If it still works, like it's not going to the scrapyard because So I want to get that all back together so that I have two of those little garden tractors. And I thought about doing that thing that guys are doing now.
With the barrels. Make the trains.
No, I was thinking you put ATV tires on them, and then you put like little ATV winches on the front, and then you take them off-roading because you can gear them way down. Then you can like climb over trees because these are garden tractors and they have the swivel. These actually, some of the older ones, they swivel in the front like a tractor because they're a small garden tractor. These, the frame actually pivots in the rear at the axle in the back. So, I mean, I think they do really good over some trees and logs and stuff. And then we could go to some like an off-road park and just putt around with a couple of coolers on the back and take some videos and just cruise around, have fun, go through a mud hole or whatever. I mean,
try to climb a hill.
Yeah, I mean, what's the worst thing that happens? You pull the winch out, and you drag yourself out of the mud, and you have a great time.
We sit there for 3 hours drinking beer
and wait for somebody to tell us to
get out,
take your junk home. I don't know. I mean, everything I do goes fast and those go slow. And I thought, hey, that would be kind of fun to just kind of putt around. We could also cruise those in parades.
Yeah.
I mean, there's lots of cool stuff we could do with those, and they're really cool looking. So I think you guys would enjoy that. And it kind of mixes up the content and gives us kind of some other stuff. Maybe put some cool straight pipes on them that run up, make them look like little tractors or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And we'll figure that stuff out when we get there.
Yeah.
I got lots of ideas in my head that run around all the time. Though that would be cool.
Are there any future projects out there you would like to see us do? Is there anything you've seen around that you're like, hey, why don't you do something with that?
Yeah, let us know. Like, hit us up, guys.
Yeah, we're
send us messages. Tell us how bad our projects suck, or what we need to do to make our projects better, or make them more appealing, or make people want to watch our videos more. We're really trying to grow the channel and kind of spread the good word. On what we're doing here. We're just trying to have fun, entertain you guys, and work on junk that we think is fun to work on, and then go to these events and hang out with you guys. I mean, at the end of the day, like before I even started a YouTube channel and was doing any of this stuff, I go to car shows all the time, and I just enjoy chatting with people, like talking to them about their car, talking to them about my car, talking about different projects that they have and things like that. And so I guess my main goal with the YouTube channel was to share the fun and enjoyment I get out of working on this crap with you guys, whether you have your own projects or you don't have room for your own projects, or you just enjoy watching other people fumble around and look stupid, or you're trying to figure out how to change an alternator or a water pump or
where is
like
the
that.
starter on a VR6? I mean,
I didn't know till yesterday.
Yeah, I found it.
But that's kind of where I was trying to go with the channel, and so anyway, if you guys have any better ideas, things like that, I'm not trying to encourage people to do dangerous things or anything stupid.
No, it's more about
like street racing or anything crazy stupid like that.
But get out there and learn.
Yeah, we're doing the burnout competition, stuff like that, which and they're all regulated. They're not like super overly regulated or anything super crazy, but we're not out racing on the streets. We're not, trying to, get hurt, I guess, and intentionally be unsafe. We're just having fun with what we got
and learning to do things,
and hanging out with you guys. So
at the end of the day, here's a brake job. In case you've never seen
if you don't know how to bleed brakes, but
hey, here's a water pump if you've never put a water pump on before.
Right. I'm trying not to do the same things over and over again. So I just did the brakes on Carmen. That video will be coming out here soon. And I kind of show you how to flare the brakes again, but I don't think when I do brake lines going forward, how many brake lines do you guys want to watch me flare? How many master cylinders do you guys want to watch me bleed? I'm trying to give you guys new content and the fun content, and
the shop the shop talk and the joking around and the having the good time and
Right.
the camaraderie and the
and the hanging out and
and
meeting you guys. And
and we'll get her done
chit-chatting
and that kind of stuff.
having fun. So that's kind of where we're going with all that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely 100%. Give us feedback. We I really, really, really want feedback, even if it's bad feedback. Just don't make me cry myself to sleep.
Because that Jason guy sucks.
Nobody likes a soggy pillow.
Yeah.
Make fun of him, not me.
Hey, let me have it. I will fully admit that 90% of the stuff I do is a bad idea to start with. We found out what a VR6 does in a Volkswagen Beetle.
Yeah.
I don't think really anybody was ever asking that question.
No, they weren't. I mean, I was interested to know. It would have been cooler if it would have done burnouts at Cletus and cars, but I mean, nobody knew what it was actually going to do. So when you're rolling the dice, you just don't know. And again, making it there's the battle.
Yeah,
and now you're driving the thing around. You drove it to work the other day, didn't you?
Yeah, I drove it to work, and everybody at work is like, "That thing's cool." And I took it out to lunch, and I met up with my buddy Ray, and he's like, "That thing's cool." And I'm like, it's it's
for
junk.
Sale.
Yeah, and I'm like, it's junk, and it's blah 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 this, and he's like, it's edgy. It's looking at it as a mechanic, you realize that there's a lot of things that were not done mechanically. You were definitely outside of the box with the floorboards and he's like, everything about it just has this vibe of sketch, and he's like, it's cool. It's it's cool. He's like, people stop and look at this. It has flavor. Yeah, it has a personality. It's
not bland.
Yep. And in the same way with Carmen, when Carmen was stock green and rusty and dingy and swamp thing looking.
Oh yeah, when I drug it out of the weeds.
Yeah, it was kind of not very appealing, but the NASCAR theme on Carmen is it puts the soul into it.
It wakes it up.
You take it to New Paris and it's just the crowd favorite. Everybody loves that car because they long for the day of that car and cars that look like that going around the track.
Oh, and it sounds good too. Yesterday when I went to back it out of the shop and I fired it up and Jason about
I wasn't ready. I'm in my own mind thinking about 10-millimeter bolt. And this thing goes boom. And
it lights off. Don't do the crappie right there.
Oh my gosh. Just starched me out.
It was fun.
Fight or flight, instantly.
I wish I had that on video. That would have been a good one.
Oh.
So another thing I want to touch on with you guys before we go, because we're almost at the hour mark. I have a new YouTube live spot that I would like us to be at for our next YouTube live, or I may not get it done by then. That's another one of my projects that I'm going to keep most of the info kind of under my hat for now, but
you'll like it.
It's going to be super cool. I think it's going to be super fun. I don't know if any of you guys have seen Between the Aisles, the O'Reillys,
really cool series
podcast, YouTube video with Derek from Vice Grip Garage, and then he brings on people and does interviews with them and things like that. We're kind of doing that thing here. We kind of ask each other questions, and then I write down questions throughout the week or the month that I get from you guys and other people. But we're kind of going to do that, but we're going to do it in a different setting. It's going to be basically we're going to have our own setting, our own backdrop, our own everything to do this. Now we're only going to be able to do it in the summertime. We'll have to figure something else out for the winter, or maybe we can, I don't know. It's outside. So maybe we could just, I don't know,
wing it.
We could just wear snowmobile suits.
It's just once a month
and freeze to death. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think it'll be a lot of fun. I think you guys will really enjoy it. And I want your guys' input on things that will make it better, because we have to decorate the backdrop and all that stuff. And I want it to be kind of retro, car themed, kind of whatever. But we'll go over that a little bit more when we get to it. But I think you guys are going to be really excited.
Yeah.
Really
so
cool.
Be ready for that next
week.
Be
ready for that. I've already started filming for it. So.
Oh, that's gonna be sweet. I think it's
in the making. It's coming fast. I'm hoping hoping to have it done for the next our next live, but I don't know if I'll be able to do that because we got St. Agnes in there, and I'm going to be. I actually got 2 family vacations in here somewhere, and so
4th of July's in there somewhere.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of stuff, but we can work on it during that whole time, and maybe after that'd be what August, maybe our August.
If not August for sure.
Yeah, maybe our August live. We'll be able to be in our new location and just kind of, and I'll have the video done for you guys and out. And then I hope you guys really like it. I know I'll like it. So even if you guys don't like it, whatever. I'm the one that's got to sit there and chit chat.
Yeah, no, it'll be just a cool space.
It'll
be a cool space.
It's gonna be nice. You guys will enjoy it. It'll be awesome.
Yeah.
So, what do you think?
I think we're good.
Think we're good for today?
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Covered a lot of ground.
Yep.
Thanks everybody for tuning in, hanging out with us for a little bit, and checking us out. Before, after, whatever, I'll put links in the description. I didn't get them in there before we started our live, but I'll go back and I'll toss all the links in there for the car show. We're going to be going to this Saturday,
and St. Agnes,
and the St. Agnes car show, and then or to a link to their website and all the information.
Yep.
And Facebook pages or any information I can find on any of the other vendors or anything that are going to be at the show, so you guys can check that stuff out.
Yep.
And
if you see us, come hang out with us.
Yeah, man. If you're going to be up there, come check it out. Come hang out with us and have fun. It's going to be a good time. And
always.
I want to make sure you guys got all the info so you can go on the old interwebs there and Google up a lot of stuff. So we got a lot going. We got a lot of stuff coming up. Make sure you like, share, subscribe the channel with all your friends. Really appreciate all the support and the help we've been getting from everybody. The channel is growing. It's growing way faster than I thought it would grow. And I just thank you. I keep throwing shorts out for you guys. We're getting views. Things are looking good. Definitely really happy with what we got going on here and where we're headed. So as always, we got hats, t-shirts. If you want something like that, I don't have a YouTube store or a storefront or Amazon marketplace or eBay store, nothing fancy yet. We're not big enough. Obviously, I've only sold a handful of hats and t-shirts that I've actually had to mail out to people. So until it becomes a regular thing where I need to go and mail stuff every Friday or something crazy like that, I mean, I really don't have a need for a storefront, so I'm not going to do that. But if you ever want any merch or anything like that, just hit me up. Hit us up on our Facebook, or shoot me a message on YouTube or whatever, and I'll send you my email. I'll get a hold of you somehow. I'll make sure you get whatever you need, and I will hook you guys up because we really, really appreciate your support and rocking our merch and all that fun stuff. So if we see you in person, that's even better.
Say hi.
Yeah. Don't be a stranger.
Yeah.
Come take your picture with Carmen. Sit in Carmen. Pretend like you built it. I mean,
if you got your tetanus shot, you're fully welcome to actually touch Susbug as well.
Yeah. Little kids enjoy sitting in Carmen and taking their picture and pretending like the race car drivers and stuff. I'm like, whatever. Just don't poop on the seat.
Yeah. No throwing up.
I got to sit in the driver's seat. I don't worry about nothing else. But anyway, like I said, great hanging out with you guys. And we will have our next YouTube Live July 16th. And we will see you guys there. And until then, keep on wrenching. Peace.
In that stream.